Okay, so if you've ever owned a Calathea, you know the deal. They are absolutely stunning, but wow, can they be dramatic. Today, we're going to dive into the real secrets to keeping these gorgeous houseplants happy and not just surviving, but actually thriving.
You see one at the nursery, you bring it home, and that little tag sounds so hopeful, doesn't it? It says they love humidity, so they're perfect for the kitchen or bathroom. Sounds easy enough. You think you found the perfect, beautiful, low-maintenance plant.
And then it starts. The crispy brown edges appear. The leaves start to curl up, and before you know it, you're just standing there wondering, what did I do wrong? If this plant is supposedly so perfect for a simple spot on your home, why on earth does it have a reputation for being such a diva?
So what's the deal here? We've got this living work of art that's also famously, well, dramatic. Let's break down what makes it so popular and, at the same time, so tricky to care for.
First off, the appeal. It is all about those leaves. I mean, come on. Experts at New Garden Landscaping praise their boldly patterned leaves, and they are not kidding. You've got the rattlesnake plant, the peacock plant. Each one is like a little painting. It's impossible not to get sucked in.
But then you get the reality check of actually owning one, and this Reddit user just nails it. They say their Calatheas definitely get the princess treatment, and that little laughing emoji says it all. This one comment just perfectly sums up the experience for so many people. These plants demand a level of care that's, well, it's a bit extra.
All right, so to figure out where most of us go wrong, let's start at the beginning. We're going to look at the official rulebook, the care guide from the experts. This is what you're supposed to be doing.
So our expert advice today is coming straight from the care guide at New Garden Landscaping and Nursery. Let's see what the pros recommend.
Okay, looking at the basics, it all seems totally straightforward. Medium to low light, so no direct sun, got it. Average home temperatures are totally fine. They love humidity, hence the bathroom suggestion. And big bonus, they're non-toxic to pets and kids. On paper, this sounds completely manageable.
Now, the watering rules get a little more specific. In the spring and summer, when the plant's really growing, you got to keep that soil consistently moist. But in the winter, you need to pull back a bit. You wait till the soil is just dry to the touch, and then you water. It's this little seasonal dance you have to do.
The guide also helps us learn to, speak Calathea. If you see yellowing or wilting leaves, the first thing you should suspect is too much water. You might be drowning the roots. But if you see those dreaded curling leaves and crispy brown edges, it's probably the opposite. The soil's too dry or the air.
And here is the official pro tip for that super common problem, those brown tips with a little yellow halo around them. The guide says this is probably from chemicals in your tap water. The recommendation? Let your water sit out overnight so stuff like chlorine can evaporate. This is the standard advice you'll hear everywhere.
But here's the thing. What if that tip just isn't enough? What if you let your water sit out, you do everything right, and those brown edges just keep coming back? This is where so many of us get stuck. And it leads to the most important question. What if the tap water itself is the real problem here?
And this, my friends, is where we find the community's secret weapon. We're going to turn to the crowdsourced wisdom from the real experts, the people who actually live with these plants every single day, the owners over on the Calathea subreddit.
And here it is. This is the single biggest secret. The consensus is just overwhelming. Standard tap water is a no-go. People swear by rainwater, distilled water, or water that's gone through reverse osmosis, which strips out all the minerals and junk. The common thread here is purity. You've got to get rid of the stuff in tap water that Calatheas just absolutely hate.
So, the second big secret from the community isn't just about what water you use, it's about how you use it. Now, we all know top watering, right? It's the traditional way. But bottom watering is the community's hands-down favorite. That's where you let the plants sit in a tray and soak up water from the bottom. It helps avoid pests, and it makes sure the roots get a nice, even drink without getting waterlogged.
And you don't have to take my word for it. Listen to this feedback from a user. I've had more success and less pests since moving to bottom watering. I mean, that is a total game changer. And it's not something you'll find in the standard care guide. It's such a simple change in technique, but the payoff is huge.
Okay, so now we have both pieces of the puzzle, right? We have the foundational rules from the experts, and we have those hard-won secrets from the community. So for our last section, let's put it all together into a simple, actionable success plan.
Here it is, your ultimate checklist. First, you start with the expert advice. Get that light and temperature right. Then, and this is the crucial part, you bring in the community wisdom. Ditch the tap water for something pure, like distilled or rainwater, and make bottom watering your go-to method. After that, just follow the expert rules. Keep the soil moist but not soggy, only feed them in spring and summer, and keep those beautiful leaves clean with just a damp cloth. No fancy shine products.
So what's the big takeaway here? It really all boils down to two things that are completely non-negotiable. You have to be consistent with your care, and you must use high-quality, pure water. That's it. That's the secret that connects the official guide to real-world success.
Which leaves us with just one last question. When you see a brand new, perfect leaf unfurl with those incredible patterns, is all of that princess treatment actually worth the reward? Well, for anyone who loves Calatheas, the answer is always a resounding yes.